Nothing new to the moon, huh? All things old to the sun, right? People should be racist, racist, racist. I'ma talk on ancient, ancient, ancient. Watch me live that higher, Abiv, more me, more. Love is the ship, man, know thyself. Tighten up the grip, reconvene, you're a stitch. Shut up, how to see the way the game is being played. Slavery is cool, nothing strange, no emotion, no one feels ashamed. We are not a color, not a creature. Societies are built by people living life having not a clue. Pursuing happiness is the goal, self-respect and self-esteem. Whole, bathing culture, that is the key. The savior I'm looking for is me. No T and I. In team, I'll be here for you and you. For me, what a strong common unity. See myself in you and you and me. High priest of my new 3D, I am the law. Was it written for me? Islam. Peace, Moors. I just want to continue on the forward movement that I'm pushing with, and that is to properly do things in a way where you don't gotta sit here or go into these courtrooms and fight. There's no fight. Our ancestors fought a long time ago, for a very long time. We don't need to keep on doing that. We don't need to keep on repeating the same mistakes. We have a system in place where it's been created for us to enjoy it. And if we don't know ourselves and know our position in relation to how everything got to where it's at today, then we can be ignorant in this society and actually think that we're slaves and that we're dealing with slavery when we've never dealt with slavery. Slavery ain't real, y'all. It never happened. Never happened. We've always been here, always been coexisting with other peoples of like-mindedness. No matter where you was from on the planet, we had a similar culture, similar phenotype, similar structure. Then as time progressed, we started to crossbreed, you know what I'm saying? And start to intermingle or interbreed with each other in different races. This is how you have all the races we have created today. Because if we just stayed to ourselves, no other races would be existing today. That's the truth. That's the really real. So, as Moors, my job is to help you comprehend that nationality and citizenship go hand in hand. Just like law and history go hand in hand. Just like your left and your right foot go hand in hand. I'm going to say that one more time. Nationality and citizenship go hand in hand. You cannot have full, or you cannot have the rights and protections and immunities of full citizenship if you do not have a nationality. If you don't have one, you're not going to have the right mindset to know how to navigate in the system. Hell, the whole point of being a national is to be competent. You don't have to be a Moor to reclaim your vast estate. This is a process that's universal for everyone across the planet. Everyone must go back to the honor of their mothers and their fathers. Everyone, no exception. No one is held out of this. Everyone must do so. So this is not a process that's just for Moors. Only Moors can do this process. No, this process is universal. Everyone here right now has a mother. And if you don't, nationals have treaty protections. Okay? This is why it's important for us to be in the honor of our ancestors. So that way we can inherit the treaty that was left behind to secure our protections, our rights, our properties, our inheritances. This is why so much work has to have to be done in order for us to be reclassified as Negro, Blacks, and Coloreds, just so these games can be played. Because otherwise, there's no room for these things to happen. Based on fear, and the fear of people not wanting to integrate with the public, it's not about trying to back out or run and not deal with it. You want to come out of the system so you can get your mind right. Once your mind is right, you've taken the time to extract all the BS from those, lost years of education from the so-called public school system. Then you go back into the system as who you are, a national. And so that should be reflected in how you speak, how you move, how you think, how you proceed to do certain things. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. It's about your mindset. So if you don't have the mindset, let's not even worry about actions. If the mind is not even on that path, don't even worry about the actions. There cannot be no actions without the thought first. Everything starts with a thought. So for Moors who are coming into nationality for the first time, you're waking up. You're just now waking up and you're realizing, yo, this is not what I thought it was. And you've been watching countless and countless videos on YouTube trying to understand what you need to do to get yourself right. Listen to me, y'all. I'm here to tell y'all, I've been in the process of correcting my status for over 7 years. Finally, everything done. I understand what it took to get there. I see what worked. I saw what didn't work. I saw what was real. I saw what was not real. So a lot of people they're not going to be happy with me by making these statements. But I have to be the bearer of bad news. And don't be mad at the messenger. I'm hoping you get the message. Because if something is truth, it is universal. If something is truth, it's universal. If there is a process that works, then that process should be able to work for everyone, no matter where they are on the planet. And the results should be the same. That is truth. So I'm here to tell y'all, and I've been saying this for quite some time now, that declaring your nationality is an act. And that act requires you to what? You go publicly in a formal venue, stand before a magistrate and a clerk, raise your right hand and affirm that everything you're saying is to the truth, the best of your ability, under penalty of perjury. That's a declaration. Do you know how many times I had to do a declaration? Not just with my name change petition. That was the first declaration. You know what the second declaration was? When I updated my information at the Social Security Administration. Guess what I had to do before the agent processed my SS5 form? Raise your right hand, sir. Please repeat after me. Is everything that you're stating here in this document true to the best of your knowledge? Yes, it is. I affirm. Guess what happened? I had to do it another time again. Going to get the passport. Went down to the court, passport agency, verified my information, looked at my application, sent off everything. Before they do that, though, guess what? All right, sir, raise your right hand. Can you verify that everything you stated on this application is truth to the best of your ability under penalty of perjury? I affirm. Boom, boom, send it out. That's a declaration. Because now if I act outside of what I'm saying, then they're going to use my words against me. That's a whole lot easier than having to create a whole big defense. My words is my defense. And it can be used as your weapon if I'm not living according to my truth that I put on the record. So I'm here to tell y'all, Moors, if you're coming into this for the first time, get on the books properly. Go do your name change petition. Go back to the religion of your ancestors so you can be protected underneath your religious freedoms via the Constitution. This is where the Constitution matters to us as indigenous peoples. The Constitution matters to us as indigenous peoples for the fact of our treaties. That is the only reason why the Constitution matters to us, is because it holds our treaties as the supreme law of the land. If it wasn't for that, Constitution don't mean nothing to indigenous peoples. So that lets you know that Constitution is an international document to bring together indigenous peoples and non-indigenous peoples and help them be able to coexist in a society while flourishing and not trying to kill each other because we don't share the same nationality. This is where citizenship comes into play. Because we don't have the same nationality, but we do have the same citizenship. American. 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 Hello. Not U.S. citizen. That's not an American citizen. Two different things. Two different things. A U.S. citizen is the birth certificate that was created in the fictitious corporate state of, for me, Maryland, which only exists on paper. It's not real. It's not real. Okay? So we got to learn how the game works, or we're going to constantly be played rather than playing the game. And when I say playing the game, I mean working the system. The system's been working us all our lives due to our ignorance. But once we know, and once we know how to move, and we have brilliant minds, we can learn how to work this system and work it real good. Real good. Work it real good. You know what I'm saying? So, Moors, get your name change petition done. Go through the court process. This is the proper way of doing it, y'all. If you're trying to get your passport as a national and not a citizen of the United States, go through the court. Now, I will tell you, there are certain states, for example, like Alabama, where you do still have to go through the courts for your name change petition. However, you have to bring your own affidavit. And then they just put a form on it where the judge has to sign to affirm the facts. So, all states are not going to operate the same way, but there are certain things that will be universal. So now if you're talking about judicial proclamation and name change correction, people are going to be tired of me for saying this. They don't work, y'all. They're not official. The person who created those documents, the name correction and the judicial proclamation, they're not necessary. Your name change petition serves as your declaration of nationality. You know why? Because our ancestors built this system called the United States of America. I was born here on the American continent, born into the system, the government known as the United States of America. But what if I was born in China? Then I would have been born into the government of China. What if I was born in Sweden? Then I would be born into the government of Sweden. That would be the inheritance that I'm coming into. I didn't have a choice as to where I was going to arrive. I don't know none of that. I don't remember none of that. Don't ask me about none of that. If I remember, oh, I wanted to be born here, so I chose to go to Maryland. I'm going to Maryland. Nah, I don't know none of that stuff. I don't know nothing about none of that. I was born and life. Now I'm here. I've always been here. That's how it looks to me. I've always been here. I've always been here. Never was a time when I wasn't here. I've always been here. So, being that we've always been here, we have rights, y'all. And if you choose to try to run out from this system that our ancestors created for us to be born into and enjoy. Now, I'm not saying it's all peaches and roses. And I'm not saying, yo, the house was left in great condition. Nah, some shit was fucked up. So guess what? We got to renovate. We got to clean. We got to remodel. That's part of the work of nation building. That's part of the work of taking your place in the affairs of men. And if you're not about doing that work, then you're not about taking your place in the affairs of men. So, the name change, the name correction, and the judicial proclamation is only as good as the state that will allow you to bring your own written or drafted declaration for name change, and then they will add their own sheet or autograph or witness affidavit to go along with your petition to show that a judge or magistrate and their clerk witnessed you coming before them, standing, raising your right hand, and affirming that everything you're saying in your affidavit is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. then you have yourself a declaration. But just taking those name correction, judicial proclamations, and going filing them in the court is not doing anything. That doesn't mean the state recognizes your status. I'm telling you this as a fact. This is not something that I think. This is fact. This is a fact. If you have not gone through the courts to declare your nationality, it don't matter if you have a name correction or judicial proclamation on the court. I'm going to tell you now, it is not recognized in the state. So as far as the state goes, you are still recognized as Negro, black, or colored. Period. Period. That's from experience that I'm telling you this from. So please, Moors, don't waste your time. And the only reason why I could say what I say is when I started my journey, I started with my name correction and judicial proclamation. I did. So that was my beginnings. Okay? And I can tell you I was able to do certain things here, but it wasn't a process that was universal for everyone in every state. No, it wasn't. Therefore, it can't be truth because it's not universal. It's not universal. So if you really want to declare your nationality on the record, go back to the ways of your ancestors on the record, be recognized and respected as yourself on the record, go through the court. And if you have questions or inquiry upon how to do this process properly, and you need somebody who can walk you through what they went through to put themselves in the proper position, then you can email me at suneluniversity@gmail.com, because we're doing work and we're building a community and we're linking up with Moors all across the continent as well as all across the rest of the planet. Okay, in various different jurisdictions, both in Europe, both over here, and both internationally. So this is for serious people, y'all. We're not playing games. If you have old issues in the past, unresolved debts that you're trying to run from, or debts that you're thinking in your mind, you know what, as soon as I change my status, I don't got to worry about that no more. No. You have to face everything that has brought you to this point and remove those obstacles out of your way. You can't keep running from them. What's the point of declaring who you are just so you can look over your shoulder? No, man. Clear up your issues. Come into yourself with clean hands and a pure heart. It ain't about running. It's about turning around and dealing with your issues head on. And if, like I said, if you ain't trying to do that, then you're going to be in for a whole lot of hurt when it comes to this Moorish movement. And when I say this Moorish movement, that side that people like to reference or try to put it in the same sense like sovereign citizen. Not to say that's what it is, but once people are grouped into that, then there's certain treatments and abuses you might be subject to. So I'm just trying to show you how to do things in a way to where you don't have to fight, because it's not a fight. We're the grandmothers and grandfathers of the United States of America. What are we fighting for? You ever seen grandma and grandpa that come to the crib and bust y'all up over the head to show them respect? What? When grandma and grandpa come in the room, you ain't giving up your seat? What? You ain't standing up when grandma and grandpa? What? When grandma and grandpa come in the room, you ain't giving them no hug and no kiss? What? You tripping. When have you ever seen grandma and grandpa gotta come in talking about you ain't got no power over me? Nah, grandma and grandpa get what they want because they grandma and grandpa. You understand what I'm saying? We are grandma and grandpa. So we can get what we want. It don't gotta be a fight. But you got to understand how the system works. And you got Moors who are thinking that the private, meaning dealing with corporations and entities, is the same thing as dealing with human beings, flesh and blood, man. It's not the same thing. I got my corporation or my organization, and then you got me, flesh and blood. You have man, and then you got man-made. I am man. I'm not man-made. I am man. As man, I make things. Those things are called man-made. You understand? So the United States of America is man-made. By man. Okay? Come on, man. It's time for us to be men again. Moorish American nationals. Either you're going to be a person or a people. These are the two statuses in this system. Either we're going to be persons or people. And I can tell you right now, my status in the public record as well as the private record will reflect that I am recognized as people in control or possession or stewardship of a person. That's how it works. Man, man-made. Don't get that confused. And then a lot of Moors will say, well, if you do this process, it will make you man-made. Meaning it will put you under jurisdiction. It will make you a corporate entity. It will make you a man-made thing. And I'm saying, how can you be man-made when you're the one as man making the things happen? You're the one making the things. Who the one that is authorizing the court to move and begin a name change petition? Who's the one scheduling a court date? Who's moving the court to manifest these things? On behalf of whose authority? Whose power? Isn't it yours? Because aren't you the one that had to go and petition the court? Hey, I want to do a name change. Give me a date. Let's make this happen. See, but if I never say, hey, I want to make this happen, give me a date, then there's no assignment for you to do. There's nothing for you to do. So therefore, how could I, that opened the venue, that created the space, now I'm under the jurisdiction of something I created? Let me tell y'all something about court, y'all. When you go to court, if you start a court case, I just want you to know for a fact, and just know you heard it from Brother Cool. If you start a court case against anyone, it is your jurisdiction. Because you are the one that began or created the space, the venue. You created the suit. Therefore, it's your world. Guess what? So because it's your world, after you done built the world, now guess what you got to do? You got to send out invitations, aka summons. Right? Now you got to invite some motherfuckers to your world. Because you want damages. Something was done to you that you don't appreciate. Therefore, you want retribution for that. So I'm just saying, y'all, a lot of people say a lot of things. Oh, that, put you in jurisdiction, that. But they're not really qualifying. They're not qualifying. So I'm going to leave y'all with that, family. Do the damn name change petition. Don't stop playing games. Don't let nobody fool you. If you got issues, clear up the issues. Deal with them head on. Deal with them head on in good faith. Have confidence. If you're doing this for fraudulent purposes just to get out of shit so you can still do some more bullshit, good luck to you. Alright? Peace. Truth, peace, freedom, justice, study to know what trust is they'll violate at any moment. Minorities, they don't be on it. Walk on eggshells, keep it cautious, anxiety. I'm feeling nauseous. Ignorance is bliss till you learn what the cost is. Said Moors, we on the rise. Look at us now. Push the mission forward. Make the prophet proud. Noble Jew Ali, welcome to the city. 4th generation. No, he walking with me, more shit. Woke up, realized I was on a war ship. Trading me like chattel property. Trading places, playing Monopoly. Authentic, can't copy me. Lies, can't rock with me. Truth, ever sharpens me. Love, despite you mocking me.